My name is John Eick, and the purpose of my study was to examine the role of the leader in preparing a school climate for disruptive change. Now, a school climate is defined by Ostroff as the shared meaning or shared perception of school staff in regards to any organizational structure. Christensen defines disruptive change as that type of change that requires a paradigmatic shift or a mindset shift on the part of participants within the change. Think back 25 years ago in elementary education. Nobody had heard the term active shooter drill. And sadly, 25 years later, we've gone through the disruptive change process, and we now accept that these drills are a normal part of our operating procedures. Now, with the backdrop of COVID-19, distance learning, and the 2020-2021 school year, I had the opportunity to study California school and district leaders and ask how they prepare school climate for these imminent disruptive changes. And overwhelmingly, leaders told me that climate preparation matters, that it helps to mitigate the impact of disruptive change, and that it was possible to prepare a school climate. However, they did agree there were some barriers. Now, the barriers weren't budgetary or structural in nature. They're mostly relational in nature. This human-on-human factor was the biggest barrier to preparing a school climate. However, two factors emerged to help overcome those barriers, and those were relationships and trust. Okay, check, but how do we do that? Within the study, there were these 5 techniques that were curated from the climate preparation literature that originally I conceptualized as tools that could be leveraged by the leader to help emerge a change-ready school climate, but I was so wrong. Well, leaders overwhelmingly said they valued all 5 techniques and utilized them across all settings. However, they're not unidirectional one-way tools. They were conceptualized as systems that required inputs from leadership and staff collaboratively within the system to create outputs of relational trust, shared meaning, and the emergence of a change-ready school climate. These 5 climate systems were fascinating because when trust and relationships were part of the inputs to the system strengthened. But the systems themselves also had an output of strengthened relationships and trust. And so therefore, it created this long, slow process where the system, when regularly used, continue to become stronger and stronger and produce better outcomes. And so therefore, according to Carter and White, disruption is on the rise in K-12 education in the 21st century. And so leaders who start the long, slow process now to engage in shared meaning making with staff will be more prepared when the next disruption occurs.